everybody. Good morning. Welcome to our 30-minute, a whole 30 minutes we have together this morning. Family time yoga, suitable for everyone and anyone, regardless of age, yoga ability, how they're feeling, anything. It's perfect and very welcomed into our morning practice. So if there is some on the unsure, on the fence, that's the word, family members milling around, then bring them in, grab a towel if they don't have a mat, and if possible set yourselves up in a circle, but if that's not possible, rows or dotted around is cool, but it's just nice to see each other so you can share this together and smile at each other throughout it. So we'll continue, if you've been doing some with me this week, some more strengthening poses to strengthen in the legs, but also into the belly, because that's very important with the idea of being able to keep us balanced and support our backs, and very important to have strong bellies for that reason. And then we'll do some breathing, but we'll also look at some balances as well, so how we can actually put in place what we've been strengthening into our balance poses to know physically what we need to put in there to help us and support us. So we'll look at some of those things this morning as a family. So just start with yourself sitting on your mat. If you can face inwards, that's lovely, so you can see one another. If you have something like a prop, like a cushion or block, it's nice to lift the hips high so that you have a little bit of relaxed hips there. And then just really plant yourselves down so you can feel those bones at the base of the body just really planted. Let the knees be soft. In fact, give a few little kind of like butterfly wings, just flapping around with your knees and legs just to get them really soft. And then once you take a few of those, just let them relax so you feel them relax. And let's take a few shakes of the hands just to open out. I'm sure lots of you spend lots of your days on computers, so we can just shake out the hands. Let's shake the imaginary water into the space, shaking out the fingers and thumbs and hands and wrists. And I'd like you to then just relax the hands, everything's quite soft, and then take the shoulders around a few circles backwards, and then the shoulders around a few circles forwards. Again, we're just softening, and we're also using this time to feel our bodies a little bit. And then I'd like you to lift your shoulders up to your ears, and this is where we don't like to be. So we just feel that, and then we let them drop down. And then we can add the breath, so we breathe in, feel them rise, and then add the breath out. Feel them really relax. Let's take 3 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. It's really nice just to feel them go. Let's take 2 more. And breathe out. Super. And 1 more. And let them go. Lovely. Recross the legs the other way. And I'd like you to take a twist over. So put your left hand across your right leg and then twist your bodies around. So we breathe in. And then we use that connection with the hand and the knee to twist and open ourselves out to the side of our mat, to the side of the room. It's a bit like we are a screwdriver and we're turning around on our belly buttons. Take a breath in, take a twist. Remember, you can breathe out through the mouth or through the nose, whatever feels good. On the other side, we breathe in, we breathe out. Twisting all the organs inside our bodies. Breathe in, breathe out. Can feel really, really nice as well. 1 more time, breathe in, breathe out. Lovely. Now everyone uncross the legs, take the feet together, just give your feet a little massage. So it's best not to wear socks in yoga, and then you can really feel and see your feet, which is advisable, and move your toes as well out of the socks. But if you want to, of course you can. If you're not wearing them, then use this chance to massage the feet that carry you every day, that hold your weight, give them a bit of care, a bit of love. And then bring them together. And you've got this diamond shape in your legs now. And I'd like you to breathe in and lift the heart. And then breathe out and reach forward. Now we'll add the movement and breath. So we breathe in, we lift up. And we breathe out and we reach forward. We'll take 2 more like this. Breathe in. Maybe reach towards your families as you breathe out. And you can make sounds as well. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then let your head soften. Maybe your hands come around the feet, the elbows fall in front of your legs. And we breathe into the lower backs. We breathe into the upper back. We feel the shoulders relax from the ears, and we take another 2 breaths. 1 more breath in and breath out. And now start to breathe in to lift. And what I'd like you to do is bring your hands behind you. Your legs are where they are. You can bring the hands flat and you can squeeze your shoulders like you're shining your hearts, and the sunshine is pouring out your hearts into your space, out of your space. And you smile, so you send some lovely happy energy into your room. Let's take a lion breath mouth. So what we do is breathe in, we open the mouth. If you remember our lion's breath, our mouth is wide and our tongue comes out. Let's take 2 more. Breathe in, squeeze the shoulders, open the mouth. And take 1 more for luck. Breathe in, squeeze and open. Either stay here if you want a bit more fun. The first of our balances. You come to the feet and you lift your hips high. So you've got 2 strings either side of your hips. You lift them high. Careful of your neck here. You're pushing the weight on your hands, and maybe you're here for 3, for 2, for 1, and then you slowly return your hips down. So it's a bit of a lifted pose here. Take the hands forward, and I'd like you to turn yourself so you're in your table on your mats, and really look at your hands, again giving them some love this morning. So let them widen on the mat, and then take yourself in some circles. So this is like your a big bowl with some nice cookie dough texture, and you're mixing around the bowl. So you're really starting to feel a circular motion in your body. And then we take it the other way, because we have to make sure we stir that mixture both ways, not just one way. And then I'd like you to take it forward and back. So you can imagine that spoon mixing through the center of our big gooey texture. And then I'd like you to come across in like a diagonal movement, moving up and down, and then across the other way. Again, moving through your wrists a little bit to warm them up. And then we have the hands really spread on our mats, and our knees are under our hips. And then we start to ripple our bodies through that cookie dough texture. And we're moving now in a bit of a cat-cow shape. So we lift the heart, we breathe in, and we breathe out. Round into our angry cat. Let's take 4 more. Breathe out. Let's take 3 more. Breathe out. 2 more. Notice if you're still breathing as you're doing this. And 1 more. Super, everyone. Now, the first of our belly strengthening. We need to bring our right leg out, so we extend it back. Now you might need to rearrange your other body parts on the mat, and then really push that right leg out, like you're pushing an imaginary wall behind you, and then lift the belly button up. So you're really strong. And if you're steady here, you can raise the opposite arm. So we're raising the left arm. It's like we're flying out the space. And you're really stretching the fingertips and the toe away from each other, but I also flex my right foot. If you want to point it, you're very welcome to. I like to flex it, so bring the toe down to the ground. We take a breath in, and then we bring that elbow to that knee, like they're going to connect, and we breathe out. We breathe in and we stretch, and we breathe out and we connect. We take one more. We breathe out and we connect. So we're balancing and we're getting our belly strong for 3, 2, and 1. And then we release out. Rearrange the hands if you need. Now you know where we're going, so we're going to do that the other side. So find your focus on your mats. Start to take your left leg out, like you're pushing the wall, pushing something away. Lift the belly button up. And then the opposite arm comes out, reaching away with the foot, reaching away with the hand. Take a big breath in, really big breath, and then connect the elbow to the knee and you push up between the shoulders. Bring it out, and then bring it in. Make sure you're breathing. 2 more. You've got this. Breathe out. 1 more. Breathe out. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1, and release. Come back to your rock for a few breaths. Let your body reset. And you can roll over your legs to open out your lower backs. And this is a really beautiful pose, a beautiful shape to feel that lower back and middle back opening out. Relax the head. If your knees are a bit sensitive, bring a towel or something underneath them, a cushion. And just feel that back opening out. Take another few breaths here. Breathe into your backs as well. Super. Spread the hands wide and raise your hips to your downward facing dog. So in our downward facing dog, we imagine we're the letter V, the V in the alphabet, but we're turned upside down. So we're a V upside down, and I'd like you to walk your feet out. So you really stretch down the backs of the legs and you rest your head so you can shake it around, check you're not holding anything. And you can take some lip flutters. See if you can make some crazy noises here. Take 1 more. Now find a stillness as you breathe in. Breathe out. Step your right foot forward into our lizard and raise through the hands. Take a breath in. Open your chest and heart. Breathe out. Breathe in. Getting into your hip as well. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now bring your hands forward. Step it back to your plank so you're in a long line. Take a breath in. And then lower your knees. Come onto your chest. All the way down. Now we have 3 cobras. So hands come forward as we lift up. And then remember, we hiss out. So we go coming all the way down. Take another cobra. Have the hands somewhere that feel good for your backs. And then hiss out. Take 1 more. See if you can make this the longest one yet. And then hiss all the way out. Push back to your rocks. And then come back to your down dogs, your upside down V. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Now the left foot comes forward. We're soft on our right knee and we raise through the fingers, breathing in. And then open out the chest, open out the hands. Squeeze the shoulders. Lovely. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Breathe out. Now I'd like you to step back again to your planks. We're going to hold our planks here. Now, if this feels too much for your hands, come down on the knees to relieve that pressure, or come onto the forearms so you have more weight over the lower arms. If you're in your plank, we're going to now work our bellies, and what we're going to do, a bit like we're in our cookie dough mixture, we go forward and back to make ourselves move through that cookie dough. Lift your belly up so you're really strong, feeling that really working, and then find stillness, and then we're going to rock the hips side to side, moving in like a little dome shape over our cookie dough. Let's take another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently drop onto your knees, push back to your rock where you're safe, you're secure, and you're breathing into your backs. Breathing in, breathing out. Take 2 more breaths. 1 more. Now come up, so you're onto your seat. If you were here through the week, you might remember some of our boat yoga poses for our bellies. So what we're going to do is find ourselves in a boat. So we have to hop in our boat, get your seat bones really grounded, so really on your mats, on your floor. Then you start to lift the chest up. And when you do that, you see if you can just tip back a little bit. So you're welcome to face into your rooms, so you're all together as a family, or just be on your own mats. I'll come at a little angle so you can see me. And I want you to point or flex your toes, something, but your feet are really strong and not just hanging there, but they're really strong, because boats have to be strong, otherwise they'll just sink. So you need to be lifting the chest. You can bring your hands forward. You start to feel your bellies, so you need to zip that belly button in to keep your center really, really strong, but relax your shoulders so you're not squeezing them to the ears. And we're going to go for some belly exercises here with the breath. So what we want to do is breathe in, and then we breathe out and we come to a very low boat. And then we breathe up, we lift, so now we're like a yacht, and then we breathe out and we come to a very small sailing boat, low in the water. Breathe in, we lift, really majestic and really big, and then we breathe out and we lower. And all the work should be feeling in the belly. Breathe in, you've got this everyone, breathe out. Give your family a bit of encouragement that they can also do it. Breathe out. We have just 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 more, and breathe out. Now come back to that boat. Now our boat needs a bit of help because it's getting a bit tired, so let's get our oars in our hands, and we're going to start to row that boat side to side. If it's too much in your legs, please drop them and just row so you still get a nice side belly work, feeding those muscles. If you can, you might lift them or drop them, alternate between that. Now let's all count for 8 seconds all together to get us to shore, okay? Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, nearly there, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the oars on shore. You have arrived safely. Give your legs a pat, because we also really feel that in our thighs. Give your bellies a pat, because they did some really Good work just then, helping you survive and get to shore nice and safely. Well done, everyone. Hopefully you're feeling strong. Now I'd love you to stand up on the centre of your mats, face in if you can. And I'd like us to take a few little run on the spot just to re-energise our bodies in a different way now we're standing, okay? So we're going to count down from 10 and we're going to take a little jog on the spot as a family. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake out the hands. Shake out the feet. Now let's combine lots of our strengthening into an aeroplane pose. Aeroplane is using our bellies and it's using the strength in our legs to help us fly, okay? So what we're going to do is step forward with our right foot. So show me your right foot. Ground it down into the mat, spread the toes. So you're really pushing the weight into that right foot. And you can bring yourselves into the middle of your space so you can connect your families. Then bring your prayer to your heart. And I'd like you to start to tip forward. Breathing. And when you do, you might find you can lift that left leg. Squeeze the belly in. And take 3 big breaths. Again with the foot, either point it or flex it, but don't let it hang. Take another 2 breaths. You're really pressing on that right leg, bend the knee if you need. Now we have 2 more breaths, an option, if you feel steady, to start to fly out those wings. Maybe you catch someone in your family's fingertips. Breathe all the way into the body, take another breath. And slowly come back the way you came in, bringing the left leg down to meet the right. You did really awesome. Now, if you fall out of some of these shapes, it's really okay. It's life. Sometimes things don't go to plan. Sometimes we can get a bit wobbly or a bit stressed. And the point there being is how you react to it. So whether you just give up and walk out, or whether you say, okay, I fell out. Let's pick myself back up and let me do it again. And let's try it a bit differently this time. So if that was you, then this time you have a chance to try again and use what you learnt from your right side to your left side. So let's plant our left foot down. Really remember that we have to grow up, so the roots have to be strong. We bring our hands into our hearts. We find a focus somewhere ahead of us. And then as we shift the weight forward, we feel the balance between the upper body and the back body. And we really stretch and lengthen that back leg. And we take 3 breaths to start with here. Find your focus ahead. It's really important. You lift your belly up. You breathe as well. And then for the last 2 breaths, if you want and you can spread out those wings and take off. Take another breath. And then I'd like you to gently come back. Land yourselves down. Shake out your hands and feet. And remember, this might be the first time you've done this, so you might need to practice this a few times just to get a little bit more used to doing it. Let's take our shoulders back. And then take our shoulders forward. And we'll do a nice big stretch all together. So widen your feet as far as you can. Widen your hands so you're like a star shining into the room. And stretch the heart out, stretch the fingers out, breathe in. And then I'd like you to close everything off and give yourselves a really big hug for getting through the week. And then open out, stretch the chest, squeeze the shoulders, and then a big hug, because we probably don't hug ourselves enough. And let's take one more, open out, squeeze, open your fingers, and then take a hug in. Give yourselves a hug. Lovely, everyone. Now I'd love you to go back to back on someone's mat or somewhere in the room to finish with our back-to-back breathing. This may be something you're working on. If you haven't, then I will explain how it works. First, you're going to find yourselves together as a family, sitting back to back. You're not going to push each other, you're not going to hunch, but you're just going to support each other's backs. So feel each other's shoulders, feel mid-backs, sitting bones together. And I'd like you just to start to breathe. Start to feel each other's breath come together. Start to feel each other's backs moving. Maybe you've been practicing this, so you're already synchronized, and synchronized means you're doing it at the same time. Maybe you just need a couple of moments to come together as a family, maybe for the first time in a while, and feel each other's breath, feel each other's backs. Close the eyes. And I'd like to challenge you to get 6 breaths together as a family. Try not to say anything. You're just going to use the feeling of trying to come together. And don't get frustrated if someone's at a different time. Just be patient and wait until you can try and come together as a family. Have a go. Take a final breath as a family. And then start to bring your hands together at the heart space. And I would like to finish with you thinking in your mind of someone in your room, so someone that's sitting with you. And just think of something that you really, really appreciate about them. So that's something that you are really grateful for that they do, something that they do that's kind, something they do that makes you feel happy. And just think about what that is. And if you want, you can share it with them. That's a really nice thing to do, to know how much you appreciate them. Or if you don't want, you just think about it, and maybe through the day or the weekend, you tell them or you show them in your own way how much you appreciate them. And just have a think about that. Maybe you're sharing it, maybe not. And once you've done that, find yourself sitting tall, prayer to your heart, and I'd like you to take a big breath in and a big breath out. And what I'd like to finish on is a hum sound all together. So in a moment you'll take a breath in, and as you breathe out, instead of breathing out, you'll go hum and create a little sound where your lips will be a bit vibrating. And hopefully the sound will bring lots of lovely energy into your space. So let's try that together. Let's take a breath in. And let's go for that hum. Hum. Start to bow down down to your earth, saying namaste or saying thank you, and returning up, opening your eyes slowly to adjust to the brightness of your space. And well done for joining and practicing on this Saturday morning, when I'm sure you could have been in bed or doing something else, but you chose to give up time for family yoga, so that's really something great. This will continue, so do join next Tuesday, Thursday at 9, or next Saturday at 9:30, with even more of the family, with more families if you know someone that might be on the fence and want to join. If you, as always, have any comments, I can hang out after class and answer anything you might want to know a bit more about, or something you want to say. I'm around for a few minutes. Otherwise, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy your days. Remember to act upon your lovely things that you have said. I just saw a little message from Pauline saying that you've got 2 children joining you this morning and yourself, so thank you for coming. I hope Elias and Tiana, I think that's how you say the name, sorry if I mispronounced them, but I hope that you and your children enjoy the class. Good, I'm glad you had fun, awesome, that's the purpose of it, to have fun, to just connect in a different way. Every time we do different shapes and different poses, so we'll work on different things each week, and you'll see that you'll start to get familiar with stuff as well. Have a good day everyone, take care.